All right. Hey guys. Looks like we have some of you guys on already. That's awesome. I hope you guys are ready. I'm Alex, here to do your workout for today. Can you guys hear me all right? Say yes if you can hear me all right. Great. I can see Jacob. Jacob, can you hear me? Great. Cool. Welcome back, Georgia. All right. So, you guys are wondering why I have a couple of cans of beans? Grab yourself a can if you have time, because we're going to use this later in the workout. You can get that during one of our drink breaks. Also get yourself a stick or some type of broom handle. That's going to be in one of our warm-ups. If you don't have one, that's totally fine. I hope everyone's doing super well today. I had a great chat with Jacob and Mary earlier, and I think we have an awesome program ready for you guys today. We're going to start in 3 minutes, so we can give people a chance to get over here. Thanks, Georgia. You're the best. Just like Mary, it took me a second to figure out that there was a lag. We're going to go over. What's up, Miriam? We're going to go over what we're going to do today. We're going to start off in our quadruped position. We're going to do some bird dogs. We're going to add a little something on from Mary's workout. It'll be pretty cool. We're going to do some rotations in our quadruped position. If you're feeling up to it, we can advance that to a split stance. We're going to do a exercise called shoulder dislocates, which sounds really scary, but trust me, it's pretty easy. And then we're going to do some Cossack lunges, which are pretty cool for you guys to do at home. Then we have a plank progression that we're going to go through. It'll include a little bit of hamstring stretching and a lot of shoulder work and a little bit of hip mobility as well. And then I've got some more shoulder and balanced leg strength work to finish up the day with. All right, let's get started. We're going to get into our quadruped position, which is going to be kneeling on the floor. Put your hands out in front of you. Drill your hands into the floor to get nice and engaged through your core. And you will take your right hand, and I want you to karate chop the floor firmly past your right hand. Reach towards the ceiling with your left, as high as you can, and repeat. We'll go 10 times. 2, karate chop. 3, karate chop. 4, 5, 6, reach. 7, reach, karate chop. 8, again, push into the floor nice and hard. Take that right hand and karate chop the floor and press against the floor with that right hand. And then rotate to reach up high into the sky. 2, karate chop. 3, we'll do 10 total. 4, 5, reach. 6, reach. 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, we're going to stay in this quadruped position, and we're going to do the same reach as Mary did last time, except we're going to add a little something to it, if you're feeling up to it. So we're going to reach out with our right arm and our left leg, and try not to have any bend in your back. Try and keep yourself nice and flat in your low back. And as you reach, we're going to move that right hand. We're going to make a little square with our right hand and left foot. Moving our hand and foot out just a little bit, down, over, and up. Go again, out, down, over, up, out, down, over, up. We'll switch. So left hand and right leg are out now. Nice and flat. Drive the floor away with that right hand. We're going to go out with the hand and foot, down, over, up, out, down, in, and up, out, down, in, and up. And we'll switch. We'll do it again. We'll reach. Go 3 times. Out, down, in, up, out, down, in, up, out, down, in, up. Switch. Out, down, in, up, out, down, in, up. Last one. Out, down, in, up. Switch again. So we have our last round in this set. Reach with the right hand. Out, down, in, up, out, down, in, up, out, down, in, up. Switch to the left. Left hand out, right foot out. Keep that core nice and engaged. Out, down, in, up, out, down, in, and up. All right, here's where you're going to need your dowel or your broomstick. If you don't have one, that's okay. You can do kind of traditional arm circles following or to use. Let's see what you guys are writing real quick. Yeah, so I have a habit, this is a good point that Jacob made, is I have a habit of letting my head dip when I'm doing bird dog and bear positions like that. Really make sure that it's tucked back so you have a nice, tight, strong posture. It's a really great cue. Okay, for our shoulder dislocates and arm circles, we're going to reach out on the bar, and I want everyone to grab a little farther apart than they think they have to get this around themselves to start. The goal will be to get your hands closer together. However, we have to keep our arms straight and our shoulders safe. This is a really great warm-up as long as you're being conservative with it. So we're going to start out pretty wide, a little wider than you think you have to get this around. And you're going to push your hands away from your shoulders and keep pushing your hands away from your shoulders as you raise the bar up over your head. Bring it down behind you, nice and slowly, and keep that head nice and high and shoulders engaged. Notice, I don't want to break in my core. I don't want to lean back like this. I want to keep everything nice and stacked. As I bring it around, nice and slow. You go back and forth 5 times. If you feel that you get no stretch or it's very easy, you can move your hands a little closer together. A couple of things you don't want to do in this exercise are wiggle your arms around a ton to get the bar overhead. I'm going to keep everything nice and straight. Go 2 more. 1. Keeping everything nice and taut. Last one, and done. All right. Cast leg lunges. These are great for our hip mobility. What you're going to do is you're going to stand up nice and tall. And just like in a squat, I want you to stay up nice and tall. Make sure that you've got an S in your chest that says Superman, right? I want your next door neighbors to see that S in your chest. As you get your feet nice and wide, and you're going to squat down. When you squat down, first I want you to squat down towards that right foot. Notice my left leg is able to bend. I'm going to straighten it and let that toe turn up, keeping my chest nice and high. I'm going to come back up, keeping that chest high and core engaged. Now we're going to squat towards the left leg. And this other foot, my right foot, can turn up. We'll go 5 times each side. That's 2. You can go as low as you can in this. Really focus on making sure that the knee that you're squatting towards is being pulled towards the outside. There's 3. Attention to detail in exercises like this is really important because this can either be a lazy squat where my knee is out really far and I'm sitting on my heel, or this can be a very active, engaged, proper squat, good mechanics, engaging the legs and glutes really well. And last time. Cool. All right, we're gonna go back to our quad rotations. We're going to go back to our hands and knees. Press against the floor, drive the floor away. You're gonna reach through, karate chop the ground, pressure against the floor, and reach high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And notice as I do my 10th one, my head is following my hand. I reach as far as I can. Hold it for 3 deep breaths. 1, 2, 3. And we'll switch sides and go reach up into the sky. 1, karate chop. 2, karate chop, pressure to the floor. On this count of 3, probably 4 now, but 4, 5, 6, really drive that floor away with that left hand. 7, 8, 9, karate chop and hold for 3 breaths on your 10th one. 2, 3. All right, we're gonna go back to our bird dogs with the squares. Go back into your quadruped position. You're going to drive the floor away and maintaining tension between your left and right hand. If you want to make this more difficult, you can take this back foot and you can make sure those toes are curled under so you can press them into the floor. And you can pop your to start and then do your squares. This is very challenging. Out, down, over, up. Out, down, over, up. This variation, out, down, over, up, will challenge, switch, your balance and your core stability even more. If you can't do this version, that's okay. You can still do the version with your knee on the ground. Out, down, over, up. Out, down, over, up. Out, down, over, up. And we'll switch. Right arm, left leg, out, down, over, up. Nice and straight, nice and strong in the core. Out, down, over, up. Out, oh boy, losing my balance. Down, over, up. Switch sides. Out, down, over, up. Out, down, over, up. Out, down, over, up. One more time on each side. Shake out if you need to. Totally okay. Keep that head in good posture. Chin tucked. Eyes looking at the floor and head pulled up. Reach out. Right arm, left leg. Out, down, over, up. Out, down, over, up. And out, down, over, up. Reach out with the other. Left arm, right leg. Out, down, over, up. Out, down, over, up. Out, down, over, up. Now, you may feel that in your core. If you do, great. When you do bird dogs like that, it's really important to try and make sure that your butt doesn't rocket towards the sky. Very, very challenging. All right. Now we're going to do our shoulder dislocates. Nice little rest and shoulder warm up. And if you don't have a bar, feel free to just get as wide of circles as you can with your hands, keeping them as narrow as you possibly can in the back and up at the ceiling. We'll go back and forth 7 times. That's 3 for me. 4, keep that head up nice and tall. 5, 6. Feel a nice stretch in your pecs when you come around the top. And one more for good measure. All right, Now we're going to do castic lunges. This time I want to challenge you guys to, as you get into your castic lunge, we'll get nice and wide again. Instead of coming up between each one, we're going to stay low. The cues stay the same. As we keep our hips low, we want our chest high. We want our knees turned to the outside, really pulling them. And we want to stay strong on our base. We don't have lazy hips and lazy knees. So get down into your wide squat. Find, I guess we're going to the left side first. Rip that knee to the outside. Now we're going to stay low. And we're going to keep that chest high, keep that chest high, keep that chest high. Other toe turns up. That's great. And come back to the left. And switch. And switch. Really pay attention now to the knee that you're rocking over. Switch. Make sure that you're going to feel it engaging in your butt. Really use those butt muscles to pull that knee to the outside. Switch again. Stay up nice and tall. Don't let yourself lean over. As tall as you can and as low as you can. Go once more to each side. That's great. Come on up. We do one more set of rotations from this split stance. What you're going to do is you're going to keep that split stance. You want to make sure that you have parallel feet. So check the inside edges of your feet and make sure that they're facing the same direction. And I'm going to turn this way, but you guys can face the screen. That's totally okay. Now, without bending over, or without letting your back bend, I want you to hinge at just your hips. Stick your butt back as far as you can, keeping your head and neck nice and tall. Lean forward. See if you can touch the floor. If you can't, that's totally okay. One option is you can have a stack of books or a yoga block or maybe a kettlebell to hang on to at the bottom to press off of. Anything to press off of is okay. You have a couch here, you can use that. And you're going to reach towards the sky just like you did in the quad rotations. And switch. Or 5 times to each side. If this is too much for some of you, that's okay. You can do it from that quadruped position. 4, 5. Whew. Leg shaking a little bit. That's okay. All right. Let's take a quick minute break for water. It's important to stay hydrated and well fueled, even on our days off. I'm going to read some of you guys' comments real quick. How's everyone doing so far? See, Chloe's here. Vera's here. Wynn's here. That's awesome. Eva and Elsie are here. Super cool. What's up, Katie? Georgia, I'm glad we can challenge you. Super cool. Anybody have any questions for Jacob right now? He's in the chat waiting for you guys' questions. All right. Whew. Shake it out if you need to. All right. We're going to do 3 rounds of this next circuit. We're going to start with inchworms. We're going to touch our toes, walk our hands out into a plank, and then take that to upward dog. And we'll come back to a stand. That'll be one exercise. The next exercise we do, we're just going to do some push-ups. And the next exercise after that, we're going to get back into our plank position, but on our elbows. And we're going to roll side to side to work our side plank. The last thing we're going to do in this set is going to do some mountain climbers. Mountain climbers are a great way to use that plank position to increase our hip mobility for getting those feet up high over. All right, so first things first, we're going to do our, let me see what you guys are saying real quick. Oh, great. Georgia could put her whole hand on the floor. That's awesome. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to stand with our feet a little bit wider than shoulder width. And I'm going to give myself a little bit of room here. You want enough room in front of you that you can walk your hands out a bit, paddle forward. So what we're going to do, just like we bent forward from our split stance before, we're going to bend forward in the same fashion. Try and keep those legs as straight as you can. You're going to stick your butt back to lean forward. Keep those legs straight and back straight, nice straight line. Go as far down as you can. Notice some of us won't be able to touch the ground from this position. That's okay. Get down as low as you can, and then bend your knees as much as you need to touch the floor. Then lean forward and start walking your hands out until you are out in a plank position, so you can lower your hips to here. Now, in our plank position, make sure that we're not bending or having a super high back. We're staying nice and straight with our plank by keeping really tight quads, butt, core, and shoulders. Everything's going to be really tightly engaged. Now, we're going to let those hips sag even more. And we're going to come down with dog. Have a deep breath. And I want you to come back into your plank. Tighten up those abs. And drive those hands into the floor. Push them up. Push, push, push until you are in downward facing dog. Get those knees straight. Knees straight. Let those heels drop towards the floor. And I want you to then now walk your hands back towards your feet, keeping your legs as straight as you can. If you need to bend your knees a little bit to get your hands all the way to your feet, that's fine. Get a little stand out of it. Reach towards the sky. We're going to do it again. We're going to reach down, work our hands down our shins, walk our hands out on the floor, come to a plank, engage those abs, let those hips come forward, drive. I want you to focus on, as you hold this for 2 breaths, drive those hands into the floor to put your shoulder blades in your back pockets. You might feel a little shake. Okay. And come back up into downward dog. Stick your butt up towards the sky as high as you can. Get that butt as far away from those hands as you can. Then walk your hands towards your feet. Reach towards the sky. Come back down. We're going to do it again. You guys got this. You're all doing awesome. That warm-up wasn't hard enough for you. This is going to feel great. And come back into downward dog. Reach towards the sky, high as you can. And we're going to do this one last time. 4 total. Let those hips drop forward. Give them a upward facing dog. Drive those shoulder blades into your back pockets to keep those lats engaged. And drive up into downward dog. Butt nice and high. Take 2 deep breaths. Push those hands into the floor. And walk those hands towards your feet. This time, I want you to grab your feet, stay down, straighten those legs as much as you can while keeping your hands on your feet. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Stand up, nice and tall. Shake it out. How you guys feeling? You guys are doing awesome. All right. Now I'm going to go to our push-up. I'm going to come to the floor. And I'm going to have you guys start from your, I got to catch my breath for a second. This look easy, but not that easy. All right. I'm going to start from our quadruped position. I want you to make sure that you have a nice tight core. Tuck that tailbone in. And then I want you to drive your feet into the floor to get those knees off the ground. Now, we're going to do 3 push-ups, and then we're going to rest. We're going to do 3 more. All right, so we're going to do 1, down, up, giving a straight line to the whole body. Down, up. We're going to rest 10 seconds. important to take a little bit of rest in between each of these. We're going to focus on quality over quantity. We're not doing a ton of push-ups, but we're going to do a handful. It's going to end up being a lot of push-ups, but with lots of rest. All right, we're going to get back into our quadruped position. You can step one foot back if you want to, and then the other. Drive those feet into the floor, tighten those glutes, tighten those abs, and your hands are about shoulder width apart. And we're going to go down, up, down, up, and to show off, let's see you guys do it nice and slow. Awesome. Very good. We're going to do 3 more push-ups in just a second. On your next set of push-ups, I want you to focus on breathing in at the top. We'll hold our breath on the way down and breathe out hard as we drive our hands into the floor to get back up. Okay, I'm going to run you through it. We get back into our plank position. Feet go out, nice and tight, hands about shoulder width. We'll breathe in at the top. Let yourself down as you hold that breath and breathe out as you drive off the floor. Breathe in, down, breathe out and push. Like you're breathing out through a straw. Last one, breathe in. 3. All right, great job, guys. You guys do 9 push-ups, 1 set. All right, now we're going to do a rolling plank. Rolling planks are awesome for shoulder stability and strength. We're going to get our hands on the floor about shoulder, or our elbows on the floor, shoulder width apart, and our forearms are going to be pressed against the floor, and we're going to be making fists. So we're going to go fist to fist, or fist to elbow, I mean. We come into our nice hard plank. Imagine, I want you to be tightening up so hard as if a big gust of wind was going to blow at you, or someone's going to kick you in the ribs, and you could sustain anything. Nothing can knock you over. Really tense every muscle in your body. Now we're going to rolling plank. And to do your rolling plank, we're going to drive our fist into the floor. We'll start on the right side, so we'll drive the right fist into the floor. And we want to drive this rotation with our shoulder, not our hips. So feet are nice and wide, a little wider than shoulder width, up on our toes. Drive the right fist into the floor to turn your body, and your hips follow. And you come back nice and smooth and slow. Now drive your left fist into the floor to turn your shoulders. You come up into a side plank. And you lean back towards your left fist as you drive it into the floor. Keep those butts up nice and high, guys. You can do it. Drive your right fist into the floor, into your side plank. One important thing about your side plank is that we don't let it sag. We want to be up nice and high in our side plank. And we also don't want to look too far over, because then your side plank breaks. And switch. And keep rolling. Stay nice and high in that plank, nice and high. Hold it for a moment. We're going to go once more to each side. If this is too easy for you, you can raise a leg up nice and high. If it's too hard for you, you can go onto your knee when you're in this position. Totally okay. You can still roll from knees. And to the left. Again, if it's too easy, keep those ribs nice and high and drive this leg off the floor. And we'll have a rest. 3 of those at first is pretty doable. If you do these again at home, you can get in 5 or 6, 7, 8, maybe 10 of these aside in a single set if you work up to it. All right, next we're going to do mountain climbers. Mountain climbers, we're going to be back into our high plank position. And what you're going to do, your hands are going to go shoulder width apart. Come out and do a nice plank. Make sure that back is nice and straight. And then you're going to step in with your left foot next to your left hand. Notice I plopped my foot. I'm going to challenge you guys as you bring this left foot forward, to place it nice and slow. Now, I lost a spot where I couldn't get it all the way there without my foot falling, so I creep it forward. Now, it's really tempting in this position to let your hips sag towards the floor. I want that back foot, that back leg straight as you can make it. And this front leg is bent at a 90 degree. We're going to get a little mobility out of this position now. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your left hand, because you're on your left leg, and I want you to reach towards the sky, driving that right hand into the floor. You're going to feel a nice stretch in that left hip, maybe in the front of your right hip too. And the other 2, 3, 4, 5. Really focus on drilling those toes into the floor and grabbing the earth with your feet. We're going to switch. We're going to come up. We're going to go 1, rotate, 2, 3. And as you reach, really push into those toes in the right foot. 4, 5. All right, guys. How are we doing on time? Awesome. All right, take a quick 30 seconds. We're going to grab some water. Ooh, video hangboarding. That's a great idea, Jacob. Building blocks to doing a regular push-up. Yeah, Jacob, that's awesome. All right, so if you're unable to do a full push-up on your own without any assistance, a great way to modify your push-up is to put your knees on the floor. So what a lot of people's mistake is they keep that butt up really high, and we end up not getting the same benefit as a normal push-up with your feet off or knees off the floor. So this is the position you want to be in. You want to get those hips tucked forward, glutes are still engaged, quads are still engaged. It's a nice, straight, stiff line. And you keep that head nice and high, chin tucked. And then as you go down, you maintain the same form as a push-up with your feet instead of your knees. So no sagging in the hips, no butts up high. Thanks, Jacob. Okay, we're going to do this set again. Whew, this one takes a little bit. So you're going to reach up nice and high. I'm going to take a step back. Reach up nice and high. Touch the floor. Get a nice stretch out of the hamstrings. Again, if you can't touch the floor, you can let those knees bend just a little bit. Walk your hands up. Come into upward facing dog. Back into downward dog. Press the floor away to work yourself back to a stand. Deep breath in. Breathe out as you reach the floor. Breathe, nice deep breaths. Those hips come towards the floor. Notice when I'm in my upward facing dog, I don't let my knees hit the floor. I have my legs nice and straight. Keep tension through your whole body. Now we're going to drive our hands into the floor to get back into downward facing dog. Hold it for a deep breath. 1. Out. As you breathe nice and deeply in and out again, come back into your standing position. Reach up towards the sky. And back down. Upward dog. Drive those towards the sky. Get those butts as far from your hands as possible. Keep those knees nice and straight as you can. Bend them as you need to get your hands to your toes. Stand up out of it. Reach towards the sky. Nice extension through that whole back. And we're gonna do one last one. Reach the floor, walk your hands out, nice and stable. Butt towards the sky, up, downward dog, lock those hands, close your feet, and stand back up. All right, back to push-ups. You guys can do this. So, as a reminder, from what I did earlier, you can do your push-ups from your knees if you need to, totally okay. In fact, something I forgot, something else that you can do is if you have a surface that's a little higher than the floor, you can also put your body in a straight line and not have your knees down. For instance, I'll pull this couch over. You can set yourself up in the same position. I'm going to drop my hips now. And this is technically easier than a normal push-up, but only by a little bit. Tricky part is making sure that you are making a right angle before you start moving with your arm and torso. If you're too far forward with those arms, then it's going to be a very hard push-up. So come up so that your hands are directly below. If you make a straight line with your body, your hands are directly below your shoulders, and do your push-ups. So, don't mind my girlfriend walking in the door. You guys can wave if you want to, but she can't see you. All right, we're gonna go back to our push-ups. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do the same thing we did before, sets of 3. Ooh, my wrists are getting a little tight. If your wrists hurt doing push-ups, you can always make a fist on the floor. It's okay. Just be careful that you don't roll. Anyways, so go up in your push-up position. We'll do 3. We'll do 1. Breathe out. Breathe in. Down. Breathe out. 3. And up. 1, guys. All right. We're going to take about a 10-second rest again. And we rest in between each of these so that we have just enough rest to maintain perfect form as well as we can. Thanks, Ishan. That's great. All right. So we're going to do our next set of push-ups. Really focus on keeping a nice, long, straight trunk. Tight quads, tight glutes, straight back. And 1. I want you to explode up on these 2 as much as you can. Breathe in, out, explode up. Breathe in, down, and explode up and breathe out. Nice work, guys. All right, we're gonna rest for about 10 more seconds. We're gonna breathe more. You guys can do this. This is super challenging. I believe in you. Whew. All right, ready for this? And these ones, I want you to do 2 powerful, nice and fast on the way up, and then the third one is gonna be nice and slow. So breathe in, down, explode up, breathe out like you're breathing through a straw. Breathe in, down, up. Last one, we're going to do nice and slow. So breathe in, and we'll do a nice slow exhale as we push up. Down, and breathe out. Nice work, guys. All right, now we're gonna go back into our rolling planks. And I said we're gonna do 3 sets of this, but we are getting a little bit crunchy on time, just about a little bit. So we're only gonna do 2 sets of this. All right, so what you're gonna do is we're gonna step back up into a rolling plank. So remember, it's gonna be hands parallel, make your fists on the floor, and we're gonna be driving into our fists nice and hard. We start going to the left this time first. So Drive your fists into the floor. Make sure those elbows are directly underneath your shoulders. Drive your left foot, make sure that your feet are a little wider than your shoulders. Drive your left fist into the ground. Push, 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 push. If you're shaking up here, that is okay. No worries. We're going to hold it for 3 breaths. Bring it back to the middle. Drive into that right fist. Lead with that shoulder. 3 breaths. And that's 3. Drive into the left arm. And remember, if you are, we'll do 3 breaths here. If you are leading with your hips, you're going to feel it. You'll be able to easily move your shoulders. So as you drive into that right fist and slowly rotate. Also remember, rotate back to the left. If this is too easy for you, you can lift that leg up just like this. 2 breaths and 3. Roll back to your right side, drive with that shoulder, lift the leg if you'd like. All right, guys, we're going to do 2 more on each side. 2 more. You guys got it. We're going for gold. Drive that left arm into the ground. Push, push, push. Hold it up nice and high. We're going to go 1, 2, 3 deep breaths and rotate. Drive that right elbow into the ground, right fist into the ground, rotate. Nice and high. 3 deep breaths. Lift that leg if you want it to be harder. Last one on each side. You guys got this. Leg to the left. On this last one, I want everyone to try and lift their leg if they can. And back to your right side. 3 deep breaths. Let's do it. Come on. Raise that leg. Everyone do it. 2. And last deep breath. And come back to your middle. Hold it for 3 breaths just to own it, prove you got it. I'm shaking a little bit too. That's okay. You guys got it. All right, let's have a rest. Shake it out. I like to do a couple arm swings in between each of these. Sean, if you're waving so hard, maybe you should be doing some plank rotations. All right. So, I'm going to do 1 more set of mountain climbers. I have another progression from Nick for this one as well. If you found that last set of mountain climbers pretty challenging, stick with it. That's awesome. If you found it pretty easy, hopefully this will challenge you a little bit more. All right. So, back into your plank position. I'm here for you. Back up into your plank position. We'll start on the left side. So step that left foot all the way forward. Make sure those hips are square to the floor. Now we're going to do the same thing we started with last time. So we're going to take that left hand. We're going to reach towards the sky as much as we can. Push that right hand into the floor to get a nice rotation through that mid-spine. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, place your hand back on the floor. Now, here's the next part. It's nice and challenging. This is where you're really going to have to pay attention to grabbing the earth with those toes and maintaining really good tension between, now it's going to be between this arm and this foot. You're going to pick up that right hand. You're going to drive that left hand into the floor. You're going to reach up as high as you can without this back hip turning. If that back hip turns, you're going to lose your balance. Keep it facing the floor. Reach up as high as you can. And come back to the floor. We're going to switch sides. So bring your left foot back and your right foot back forward so that it is matched up with your hand. We're going to reach first with the right arm. Again, make sure that this back leg is straight and this forward leg is at a 90-degree Those hips are flat flush to the floor. Reach up with that right hand. Now press that right hand to the ground super hard. Tighten your core. Drive your knee and elbow together, or knee and shoulder together, and reach up as high as you can with the left hand. Really challenging for your balance. All right, we're gonna do a few more to each side. Left side now. Left foot. We're gonna reach with the left hand. And we're gonna reach with the right hand. You can do it. And we're gonna switch so that our right foot is forward. Nice straight line, all the way from your heel to your head. Right hand goes towards the sky. Press that right hand into the ground, drill it into the floor, and reach towards the sky with your left hand. Oh boy. And do a couple more on each side. You guys got this. Left foot into the floor. Grab the ground with those toes. Reach the sky with your left hand, high as you can. Bring that left hand back to the floor. Reach to the sky with the right hand. Really focus on keeping all the muscles in those legs nice and strong. Give yourself stability. Right foot forward. The last one. You guys can do it. Make it count. Reach towards the sky with the right hand. Right hand back down. Press into the floor with that right hand nice and hard. Reach. Drive that right foot into the floor to reach with that left hand. Keep that left heel facing the sky. And come back down. Have a rest. Time for a drink break, guys. And nice and hydrated. These are one of the best exercises, I think, for keeping those hips nice and mobile so we can reach up towards our next foothold. Let's see what else you guys are chatting about on here. Oh, Katie's going for a run. She just got done saving lives at the hospital. Now she's got to go run off all of her do-good. Cool. All right, you guys are. Oh, Katie, Sean really wants you to wave at him. Oh, he was waving to make his plank rotations harder. Ah, very good. Okay. So, all the time we got right now. Super cool. We got about 15 minutes left. So, we're going to do standing exercise. We're going to do an exercise with our cans of, I have garbanzo beans. You can do whatever you want to. Jokes on you guys, my cans aren't quite 16 ounces. They're only 15, kind of a slacker. We're going to do eyes, Ys, and Ts with our soup cans. We're going to do a couple warrior poses, really focusing on that hip mobility again, leg strike. And then we're going to go into a reverse yoga style tabletop position. All right, get some more water, then we'll get started. All right. So, single leg reach in its base form is going to be a great single leg hip hinge. It's a regression from our single leg deadlift, or as my friend Angie likes to call them, drinking birds, for exactly what they look like. They look like you're a drinking bird. We're going to get a little bit of knee bend into ours. And so a couple cues for you is first, we're going to start off balancing on the right foot. That right leg is going to maintain as straight as it needs to be for our back leg to still be touching the floor, but just barely sweeping, grazing the floor as it goes. What I want you to do is create a nice tight core, and imagine there's a straight line from your heel, your left heel, all the way to the top of your head, and that nothing can make that body bend or break. I want you to imagine that there's something pulling you up toward the sky, and that line is going to stay true as you sweep that left leg back. As you sweep that left leg back, I want you to bend that right knee just enough so that your toe can just touch the floor. As you're doing this, I want you to pay attention to my knee now. You're doing this, I don't want my knee to cave in like this. So I'm going to tighten up in my glutes to pull that knee to the outside. And if you look down for a moment, you'll see that your knee points almost towards your pinky toe. So we're going to sweep back and come up high. Now I want to challenge you guys as you sweep back as far as you can and still maintain stability. Another thing to pay attention to is the fact that your shoulders and hips are all facing the floor in a single box. And come back up to a high knee. I'm going to go back again. Whoop. Okay, if you lose your balance. And up. Go 3 more times. 1, 2, 3. Whew, these are even harder after I ran yesterday. For run yesterday, my feet are nice and tired. All right, we're going to do 5 on your left leg. So remember, straight line from your right heel all the way up through your head. Sweep that right leg back. Bend that left leg and lean as far forward as you can, but keeping a nice straight line on that right toe. And come back to a stand and bring that knee up high. Sweep that right foot back. Nice. Reach that back nice and far. And come back to the middle and bring that foot up nice and high. So 3 more times. 1. Knee kick. 2. Kick. 3. And kick up high. All right. As Y's, T's, and W's. You guys can grab your soup cans. Don't try that at home. What we're going to do is we're going to find what I call a hinged or bent over position. We're going to imagine that you're about to do, like you're about to pick something up off the ground, that first little bend over. You want to keep your legs pretty straight though, and your back very straight. Nice and tight in that abdomen. So grab your soup cans. If you don't have soup cans, tennis balls, your own fists, whatever works. 2 pounds, doesn't matter. So we're going to do first T's. We're going to do Y's, and we're going to do W's. So find that bent over or hinged position, and we're going to go T's first. So thumbs facing each other. Rip the cans apart to the outside. Hold it. Deep breath in and out. 2, 3. You want to squeeze those shoulder blades together. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now our Y's. Our Y's are going to be essentially like you are, I don't know, we're not quite going into an I. We're going to make a Y with our arms. It's pretty self-explanatory. Again, when you raise your arms up, I want you to, especially when your hands are going out in front of you, I want you to feel like you're trying to tuck those shoulder blades into your back pockets. If you feel that there's tight muscles up in your neck, you're tensing up your neck muscles too much, you want to drop those shoulders down towards the floor. So drop the shoulders down towards the floor. Reach. 1, shoulders in your back pockets. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Squeeze your shoulder blades together on the last one. 10. Nice and straight arms. Hold it and bring it back down. All right. For our W's, it's exactly what it sounds like. Basically, we're going to have bent arms just like this, and we're going to raise your arms straight up to the sides from that same hinged position. If you can see me from this position, arms are coming up to here. This is what I look like from the front. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, warrior 2. Get a nice wide stance. Good thing we warmed this up before. Nice wide stance. The way I like to measure it is if you stick your hands out and your feet are going to be pretty much underneath your hands. You're going to keep your arms out nice and strong. Now I want you to turn your toes as far left as you can. So that left toe is going to be pointing to the wall to your left, and your right toe is going to be pointed as far forward as you can make it. Now, with warrior 2, we don't want to let our hips rotate. So my hips are facing you. Your hips are going to be facing the wall that they're facing them right now. Do not let them shift. You are going to bend now that front knee, that left knee, so that you make as much of a right angle as you can here without letting that hip drop. I'm going to hold it for 3 breaths. Already been 2, 3, and we're going to go to the other side. And down. 1, 2, 3. Go to the other side. 1, 2, get nice and low. 3, make sure you're moving in a nice solid plane. 1, 2, 3. Once more to each side. 1, nice and low, nice and strong on that front leg. 3, switch. Make sure those toes are all facing to the right, far, nice and deep over that right knee. And come on up. Shake out those arms a little bit. I know the shoulders get a little tired holding them out like that. That's okay. You guys can do it. Now, we're going to get some glutes engaged. I'm going to lay down on the floor. Whew, getting a little tired. It's all right. We got this, guys. We're going to lay back. Whew. All right, we're going to put our hands behind us just like this. We're going to make a nice tabletop. We're going to get some nice shoulder stretch out of this one. And make sure that your knees are starting at about a 90 degree. Your arms are going to be a little bit behind you, just like this, so that when you pop up, you make a nice flat tabletop. You don't want to be reaching out head forward like this. You want to have a nice flat spine. Keeping those hips up nice and high. Hold it. If this is easy for you, really engage those glutes and see if you can lift one leg off the floor like this without those hips dropping at all. Oh, my shoulders slipped though because my hands slipped because my shoulders are tight. All right, nice job, guys. That is the first round of our last set of stuff. How much time do we have? We have time to go through 2 more. We got 5 minutes. I think we can do it. So we're going to go through one more round of this. We're going to go single leg reaches with that kick of the high foot. So sweep. We're going to start on the left side, sweeping that left side back nice and far as you can. Woo. And get nice and low into your squat to keep that back toe on the floor. Come back up into high knee position. Reach back nice and far as you can without falling over. Up nice and high. Back, up nice and high. Really pull that knee to the outside. Keep going. We're going to do 5 more on this side. We've done 5 already. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we go on our left leg now. You guys got this. Might make your feet tired, might make your glutes tired. Whatever makes you tired, that's great. Reach back with that left foot. Make sure that left knee, reach back to that right foot. Make sure that left knee can pull to the outside as you reach. Keep that toe towards the floor. Nice straight line. Reach back as far as you can. Up. Reach back 2. Reach back 3. High knee. Reach back 4. 5. 6. Reach back. 7. Up nice and high with that knee. And 3 more. You guys got this. We got it. 1, 2. Reach back. Last one. Nice and deep. And drive off that foot. That's 10. Good job, guys. All right. And do our T's, Y's, and W's again. You have your soup cans, your fists, your balls, whatever you need. Tennis balls. And we're going to start with Y's. Sorry, we're going to start with T's. We're going to do Y's and W's again. So you're going to do a nice hinged position. Legs not quite straight. Core engaged. We don't want an arch through our low back. We want it nice and flat. And we're going to have our palms facing towards us for the T's. We're going to rip the cans apart to make a T, just like this. 2, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Shoulder blades in your back pockets. No tension in that neck. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to do our Y's. You guys got this. Remember, palms are facing you. Back your hands facing up. Nice strong core and shoulder blades in your back pockets. You got it. 1, no tension on the neck. 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And our W's. So our W's again are going to look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rotating that shoulder back. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good work, guys. All right, back to our warriors. We can do this. Nice and wide. We're going to start going to the right side. You can do it. So our feet are nice and wide. Arms out. Toes facing to the right. And make sure again that those hips do not rotate. My hips are facing you. I want your hips facing me. So arms out, nice and straight. Pull those shoulders back towards your back pockets. And right knee bends. Get as close to 90 degrees as you can, keeping those hips facing. I'm facing the screen. I'm facing you. You're going to hold it for 3 breaths. And up, turn those feet the other way. And go down so that your left hip is nice and low. A nice stretch right in here. Really engage in the back of that glute. Come back up, rotate those feet to the right side. Turn this just a little bit. Not going to matter, is it? That's all right. Back to the right side. Good, 3 breaths. Come back up, turn those feet to the left. And over that left knee, you got it. 1, 2, 3. Switch sides one last time. 1, 2, 3. That's great. All right. Everyone come up into our tabletop position. We're going to have our feet straight out in front of us, hip width, hands right behind us. We're going to shove our hips towards the sky up as high as we can. Drop the head back to make sure that our head is in good posture. And you really tighten those glutes. Really tighten those glutes to get your hips nice and high. And if you're feeling up to it, if you're feeling strong, let's do marches. We'll do 10 total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's great. All right. That was going to be it for you guys for today, but I had a special request that I almost forgot about, some pinch strength. So if you have a fat book, or if you have literally anything wide you can grab, I want you guys to grab it. I got a couple of fat books. We're going to try and hold it for 30 seconds. And we'll work back in 1 second. All right. I'm going to go 30 seconds. All right. Going up. Use those books, whatever it is. We're just going to hold it. Doesn't matter what you have to squeeze, you can squeeze it. You guys are doing great. Or should we hold it for a full minute? I'll give you guys a break. Good job. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. If you have any questions, let us know. You know how to contact us. Oh, and it is just getting real bright in here. Not that it matters. All right, so as Jacob was saying, we got our next virtual training on a 5 o'clock on Wednesday next week with Coach Jacob. Don't forget to tune in for your guys' team's your video check-in on Monday or Tuesday, depending on what team you have. And Jacob is going to do a noon footwork class. Wait, tomorrow at 12 he's doing a footwork class, and at 6 he's doing a power class. You guys have been doing awesome. Really proud of you guys. Let us know if you have questions. Tag us on Instagram or Facebook, wherever you do your social media. You guys are awesome. Cheers. Thanks for hanging out.